How much in Roth conversions should Becky do? So let's read this question here. So Becky says, Roth conversions, when and how much? Becky is single with 1.2 million in tax-deferred accounts with 5% of that in Roth. She's retiring somewhat from her crappy old job next May 2022. 25K on mortgage, 25K in cash, annual salary 133. I tell you, man. So I tell you what. We're gonna bring up a right capital. We're gonna create a Becky sample here, and I think I have her at 62. Let's see, 59. What the? All right, 60, 1959. I should put her at 62, right? Yeah, 62. And she said she was 62. Okay, there you go. All right, so she doesn't say the most important thing is how much her expenses are. It frankly won't matter. So we're going to go here to profile net worth. And what she said, she had 1.2 mil. So, fellas, Becky's out there. Becky's out there. She's like, she says, I don't need a crazy old man. I just need someone to have fun with, the party like it's 1999. I don't need someone to freaking marry. Take away my 1.3 million or whatever I got. Jeez, I can't get that right. What did it say? 25,000 shares of Wellington. And what does that get us? All right, there we go. All right, so we're going to say 25,000 shares of Wellington. We're going to say this is Becky's 401k. It won't matter if 401k or IRA. It does not matter. And that's all she's got. That's all she's got. All right, so we're going to say she needs, I don't know, she makes what, 133. We'll say she needs 77,000 a year. All right, so retirement expenses, 77,000 a year, which would be 75. Oops, we got to zero this out. 75,000. Let's just say 75,000 a year just for simplicity. Divided by 12. That's $62.50 a month, and that's all she needs. What about health insurance? It's part of this. I can't tell you how many. Oh, by the way, you see what you can do here? Retirement spending stages. You know what that does? It reduces your expenses by 10%. So basically, I have it set up. You spend the inflation adjusted, $62.50 adjusted for inflation until 75, I think. I can't remember. Something like that. And then from 75, and it basically drops to 10% a year once you hit 75, if that makes sense. That's fantastic. We're not going to do that here just because I want to just show you inflation adjusted. They just came out with that. Man, Right Capital is freaking kicking butts. We're going to get rid of all this right here. Retirement healthcare cost. We're just going to say none because we're going to say it is included, and everything is included in her retirement expenses. People say, what about healthcare? It's included in retirement expenses for a nice, easy way to do this. All right, so we're going to say income, no salary. We'll say she has Social Security, probably the max, based on full retirement benefit. There we go, because she's making bank, and that should be pretty good. No other goals. That looks good. All right, there we go. So right now, we're going to go here, retirement, and we're going to see what old Becky's looking at from a tax perspective. All right, so I'm saying she's spending $75,000 a year, and we got to get rid of, yeah, okay, that was good. Total inflows. What's that total inflows from? Salary. Yeah, we want to stop that salary. Okay, yeah, get rid of that. Boink. All right, there we go. So retirement. Let's see what we got here. All right. There we go. All right, so basically from 62 to 70, she's not making any money. None whatsoever. At 70, she's got $50,000 a year coming in. All right, so she's not making any money. So notice she's taking $75,000, and where she's taking it from? She's taking it from a 401k. So we're going to go to ending balance, withdrawals from accounts. She's taking $88,000 from her 401k in order to provide her $75,000 a year in net income. I hope that makes sense. So we go back to cash flows. So see, her expenses are $75,000, but she's got to pull $88,000 from her portfolio. So what does that do for her taxes? It'll put her in what tax bracket? All right, so her effective tax rate is 13.6. I got her living in Montana for some reason. It doesn't matter. But her effective federal tax rate is 14%. But watch what her tax bracket is. She's already at the 22% tax bracket. All right. Now, Trump tax bill goes away. It'll be 25. 22 becomes 25. 24 becomes 28. What we got? 24. We got 28 now, becomes 33. I can't remember. But anyway, look at that. So what's the point? Her tax bracket isn't changing, and her effective tax rate, if you look right here, is pretty flat as it is. Other than these years right here, I'm not sure what's going on here. So we'll look at the cash flow. But look at that. It's flat. Why would she do any Roth conversions? So we'll show it to you. So what's happening here? In this case, we go to, I'm not sure what the difference between these two plans are, by the way. Oh, yeah, we don't want that. We want current allocation. All right, there we go. And we want her to live until she's 90. There we go. All right. There we go. Good. So if she lives till she's 90, she has $75,000 a year of income. I frankly suspect that's not what she's going to need. There's absolutely no reason for her to do Roth conversions because she should live off her portfolio until Social Security kicks in. Then her first full year of Social Security is going to be $55,000. Now, she only has a 61% probability of success. Well, she has a house, right? She's still got $162,000. That's just in her name. So watch what happens actually when we do when we change the retirement goal from. Let me just show what I'm talking about. So we're going to show you what I'm talking about here, where we have her income needs adjusted for her expenses, adjusted for inflation. 75, 76, 78, blah, blah, blah. You can see that's going up and up and up each and every year. The problem is she's already paying taxes. There's no getting around that. And once you're living on your money in which you're waiting on Social Security to kick in, that basically you're already doing a Roth conversion, except you're not converting it, you're spending it, which is what you should do because Social Security is freaking fantastic. Notice her taxes go down once she's on Social Security. So before she's on Social Security, she's got a $19,000 in taxes, $14,11 because now she's taking Social Security, which means she's having to take less from her portfolio. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to go to profile. We're going to go to goals, I think. Yeah, retirement expense goals. And here we're going to go to retirement spending stages. And again, I think it's at 75. We'll see when it drops to 10% a year. So now just 10%, that's it, man. It's going from whatever it was. Look at that. That one little bit changes. So we'll look at cash flows, and she's fine. Why? It doesn't make sense. So 75 adjusted for inflation at 2, I think. Yes, 2%. 2, and then right here at 70 is when it drops by 10%. So basically from 60 to 70 is your party years, like it's 1999. Then it drops by 10%, and it just basically stays there. 79, 80. Let's see. Yeah, it just keeps. And then right there again, 85, it drops another 10%. So what's happening here is we say when you hit 70, it drops by 10%. When you hit 85, it drops by another 10%. I think this is probably too high for her, but we don't know. We don't know what's going to be. I mean, she's going to have to get Obamacare or something. She has property taxes. We don't know. But I'm saying basically if she's living off 133 now, you factor in, let's just have her working. Let's have a income. We're going to have her income, a salary of 133 right here. 133, boink, boink, boink. Oops, right there. And stop at retirement. There we go. And we'll have her goal as retiring next year, retiring at 62, 63. Oops, 63. So next December of next year. There we go. Boink. All right. So let me show you what her taxes are now while she's working. All right. 133, single taxpayer. That one extra year working, she's freaking smoking here, man. Smoking, joking. But, anyway, there's her taxes right there. $42,000 because she has to pay FICA. I mean, watch. Look at that. I mean, that's her effective tax rate right there. That's 30% effective tax rate because she has the state of Montana. She has her FICA, and then she's got her federal. And then when she retires, it drops way down. All right, so then you go to her tax bracket. It's probably 35%, 24% federal tax bracket, but then you got to factor in her state, and then it'll be 25% for the rest of her life. Don't do any Roth conversions. I'm not sure why it jumps up there. It doesn't matter. There's no benefit whatsoever to doing Roth conversions. It just isn't any because she has to live off something, my friends. And what she's living on is she's living off her portfolio. So don't live off your portfolio. Oh, wow. Finney's an athletic dog. So let's get rid of this again. Her income, nothing. We'll have her retiring. So if you're living off your portfolio while you're waiting for Social Security, if you're single, that is, there's absolutely no reason to do Roth conversions. I mean, there just isn't any, because you're basically doing that right now by living off your portfolio. You're pulling money out. So let me show you what it looks like if she does Roth conversions at the same time. All right, so we're going to go here, profile. We're going to go to tax. And we're going to say, I think it's distributions. What you doing there, big baby? And we're going to say, we're going to do Roth convert. Oh, we don't want the Medicare premium there right there for Roth conversions. No, we're going to do it to, I think that's the, we want this right here. Man, I tell you, man, Right Capital just freaking is awesome right there. So we're going to, I mean, look, she's almost at the top of the, whatever that tax bracket is there. Let's see. Roth conversions. That shouldn't do anything. We don't want that. We want it probably right there. Yeah, right there. All right, so that's doing Roth conversions to fill up the 22% tax bracket. I mean, I don't think, and I don't care what this says, because this says your tax-adjusted ending portfolio, then taking it pro rata. Well, she has nothing for which to take it pro rata because everything's in a deferred account. So let's see what we're looking at here. Now we got to go down here to change this distribution to that right there. Crack how? Oh, look at that. The retirement spending, freaking Right Capital. So she, with Roth conversion, she has less money at death. Less, I mean, some of it will be more tax-free, I grant you, but less money at death by a factor of 120,000. 88% probability of success versus 91. And the reason for that is simple, because she's going to, when you see her tax bracket, it's going to be higher. All right, so right now she's in a 10, 20, I mean a 22 to 25 because the Trump tax bill goes away. Well, that's a proposed. This might be the same, but she's paying, yeah, it's going to be the same. You have less over here because you paid more over here. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So we go to effective tax rate. 14.9, 14.9. Again, I'm not sure what that's about. It doesn't really matter. 18, 18, 18, 18 to nothing. And then you go here. Oops. Keep screwing that up. And then you go to here, current plan. It just, Roth conversions just don't make that much sense. If you got 14.1, 12, 13.6, 16.8, then it's a lot lower. And it's only here that she ended up paying more in taxes. But the overall tax burden is pushed way into the future. You're single. There's no benefit. I mean, it could be a tiny, I mean, in terms of real raw numbers, will there be a tax benefit? She'll pay $491,000 under the current plan with not doing any Roth conversions and taxes. And if she doesn't do Roth, if she does do Roth conversions, she'll pay, let's see, probably a little bit less, $485. It doesn't make sense. If you're single and the bulk of your money is in a pre-tax account, I don't see any benefit whatsoever doing Roth conversions. Hope that helps, Becky. Love to hear your thoughts. Thanks, guys.